Happy February, everyone. I think that this is the perfect opportunity to reconnect with love. If we have to see these hearts everywhere, we might as well use them as reminders to reconnect to that energy and to that intent, whatever that means to you. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button. Give the bell a few kisses. It's the best way to support that mission of shattering the mental health stigma. It's the best way to support the channel, and you don't want to miss any of the content that we are creating here that is for your mental health, to help you with your mental health, or to help you help someone else. Today, I'm going to be reacting to Like Suicide by Soundgarden, and I've never listened to a Soundgarden song in my life. I have no exposure to them as far as I know. I do know that Chris Cornell lost his life to suicide, and it's actually strange for a lot of people that I've never been exposed to them because I have such a close connection with Chester Bennington and Linkin Park, and I just never expanded it to Chris, even though Chester lost his life on Chris's birthday to suicide. Chris lost his life to suicide, so there's a lot of connection there, and honestly I've wanted to expose myself to Soundgarden for quite some time and just didn't have time. Made some excuses. Don't even know why, really, because it takes no time to turn on a song, but I just never got around to it. So today I am going to be diving in. This isn't a Patreon request, it's just something I want to do, and I saw the specific song requested in the comments, and I thought, well, that's probably a poetic place to start if I'm wanting to just connect more with his energy, connect more with what he was about. But if you haven't had a chance to check out my Patreon, make sure to do so. Link is in the description. Every single dime goes toward my mental health outreach. I have a huge project underway, so everything right now is going toward that. But you get priority song requests, you get to jump on multiple Zoom chats and hang out with me every single month. You get a sneak peek at my upcoming reactions for the channel. I do reactions just for my Patreons. You get personalized stuff and so much more. So make sure to check that out. Link is in the description. But like I said, today we are doing Like Suicide by Soundgarden live at Lollapalooza, Argentina. So let's dive in.
Thank you very much. This next song is it's a song about life and death, and it's on an album that is now 20 years old. When you say something is 20 years old, it's the context that matters. That if it's a person, they sound young. If it's an album, it sounds old. But it's still young to me. This is called Like Suicide. Just to fall asleep. Love's like suicide. Days are in the garden bed with a broken leg. Raise my broken kid. Just like suicide.
Okay, so I was getting a totally different vibe in the beginning of this song, and I might be completely off kilter here, so please don't flame me too hard if I am, but a group of crows is called a murder. So when he said that she lived like a murderer, it kind of put the rest of the song together, where at first I was trying to make a connection. I thought that this was some kind of euphemism that he was talking about love. But then I realized, I kind of think it's about a bird that died, that hit a window and died. And now he's contemplating her intent. He's contemplating what this means to the greater picture. And he's feeling guilt because it sounds like he didn't want to see her suffer and chose to end her suffering. So again, I could be totally off, and this could be a metaphor for something, but trying not to look too deeply into it, that is where I'm going. And of course, I would know that a group of crows is called a murder, right? Because why would Amanda not know that? Do I sound crazy to say that his voice just comes out of nowhere, doesn't it? Like most singers, when they're really belting out like that, it is all over their bodies, all over their expressions, but his just kind of comes out of nowhere and you don't expect it to come out of him. And I imagine the lyrics being written with a quill that's being dipped in ink next to a flickering candle. It just feels like an epic poem to me. And being someone who loves to read classic literature and classic poetry, it's really awesome to have that in a song. Because I definitely get that vibe a little bit with Nightwish, but this is completely different because it's like a tragedy, also, like a tragic epic poem. But I think he likens her death to love as a means to shift the focus, to not have to be present with the reality of her death and not be forced to dwell on the scene and the tragedy before him. That's why I'm getting that connection. Where is it coming from?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You know, I thought it wouldn't be hard since I had no personal attachment to him to see him perform, but it's still eerie to almost watch the ghost of someone like that. I I feel like there really definitely is a connection to love. That's the vibe I was getting at first before the murder line. But when you fall in love, you feel like you're flying and you feel like nothing in the world could take you down. And it can end in this abrupt, harrowing moment. But it's like suicide because so many fly blind and they ignore the smudges on the window, the red flags. They ignore that. They ignore the shouts or screams of the wind that's trying to guide them. They ignore everything around them. They're just so absorbed in this that they ignore all of that. And those are your warnings. Those are the things that are trying to teach you and help you. And if I could really give two pieces of advice based upon this song, one is when you don't know what to do, do the most loving thing. Even if you're questioning that, even if society might look down upon it or someone else might look down upon it, do what in your heart you believe is the most loving thing. In this case, he's feeling guilt, he's questioning himself, he doesn't know what to do because he's seeing this injured bird and wants to do the most loving thing. And he came to the conclusion the most loving thing was to end the suffering. And the other piece of advice is to just live mindfully from a place of love and not a desperation for love. Because so often, like I said, we are so desperate to find love that we'll accept anything. We'll accept any treatment at all. I've been there. I know y'all have been there. Give me a hands up if you've been there. So many people will accept whatever because they just don't want to not be loved, because they need that validation. And I just want to say, if you're living from a place of love and you're putting love out there, you will eventually attract love back in a myriad of different ways, not just romantically, but in a myriad of different ways. So I think this was really beautiful. I think it was a good starting point, question mark, for Soundgarden. I don't know what to expect in other music, but if it's all written like this, like an epic, tragic poem, send me more of that, please. Let me know. Give me more of that. I will take more of that. I love everything about it just because it entwines so many of my interests, like I said, because I love reading classic literature and classic poetry, but I also am just growing so much to love music. I'm gonna say, when I started this channel, I was that person that would kind of skip through guitar solos and stuff when I listen to songs because I attached so much to the lyrics that I just didn't have such a deep appreciation for the musical aspect of it, for the instrumental aspect of it. But since I started this channel, it's like you guys just made an incision and just started pushing all these experiences into me and all this energy into me, and it's filling me up. It's a good incision. It's good content in me. It's good to expand and grow like that, but it feels like you just made this incision in my soul and just started putting all of these different things in me, and now I'm just blown away because I've picked up instruments before and I can't make any sounds like that. So when I see talent, it just blows me away because my brain doesn't understand how someone can do these things, you know? And this might not even be a masterful song that was super well known. It didn't look like it had a whole lot of views or anything, but I just think that I'm very ashamed. Let me say, I'm very ashamed that I spent so many years not recognizing this beautiful gem of music, of that part of the experience of listening to a song. So thank you guys for expanding my horizons like that. As always, share your stories here in the comments. That's how we shatter the mental health stigma, is by talking about it. So if I was completely off, please feel free to tell me. I have no shame in saying that I was wrong. That was just my interpretation of the lyrics in the song. So I could be totally off and you could think I'm nuts. That's fine. Let me know. But let me know your experiences with mental health, your journey, whether good, bad, or crazy. you're safe to share it here. Give this video a thumbs up, share it. You never know who might need to see it. And I love you guys so, 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 so much. Mwah.